Hey, welcome to Happy in 15. Today we're going to talk about ticket bouncing and why that actually could be one of the most impactful metrics when you're talking about traditional ITIL metrics. But let's start a little bit what actually is ticket bouncing. So it's usually this thing that happens when you get a ticket created. It might first go to, let's say, the first line, then it gets transferred to the second line, it gets transferred to the third line, to another team. And it's kind of, if you think about the telephone experience on a customer experience side, it's like, I'm sorry, I need to connect you to the next person type of situation. And it's usually end users refer to this like feeling that they have this ping pong thing happening, that they just get bounced around from one person to the next. With HappySignals, we actually have our global IT experience benchmark, and we looked at what does actually this has, what kind of impact does this have for the experience. And as you can see, 34% of all the tickets actually get bounced around. And on the first reassignment, this happens 25% of the time, and that already has almost like a 10-point impact to the happiness. But more importantly, it has more than an hour impact on the productivity of the end users. And basically this happens every time you do it one more time and one more time. And today, I want to go through a conversation that I had with our CEO, Sami Kallio, but also let's hear from our customer Refinitiv, how they actually have seen this happen and how they have actually retained ticket bounce as one of the key metrics on their XLAs as well. But let's go and listen to what Sami has to say about the benchmark of ticket bouncing.
Ideas. What could people do about it, and what could the organizations do about it? I think your favorite topic is for example, the channels. Yeah. So how does the channel selection help? And channels, when we mean email, telephone, chat, portal, that kind of thing. So how will that affect the reassignments?
Yeah, so if still in our benchmark, which you can go through in the happiness score report, is portals are the most hated channel, and they are not making people happy. But happily, there are now new functionalities coming from the vendors like ServiceNow, so that you can really start to do the portal. Not only that it's looking good, but you get all the needed information to get the ticket direct to expert.
Yeah.
So you should not be thinking that as the same method of an email coming in and then somebody's trying to handle it and it's going and bouncing around. You have to design your portal so that you get those volume cases with all the data you need at once.
Yeah.
And get that to the expert, the best person resolving that ticket or team.
Yeah.
And then you get rid of all these steps and there's a huge business case.
Yeah, and I think here the companies who have already gotten rid of email, and maybe it's partly that the telephone channel, are in an advantage because they already have these capabilities. They can start to utilize technology to actually put the tickets to the right people directly.
Yeah. So for me, it's a kind of in many cases, I wouldn't recommend to stop using the email in the beginning because it's so easy channel for end users until you have made sure that your portal is more efficient for them.
Yeah.
Then communicating to the end user, hey, please use the portal because it's more efficient for you. And that is a reason why you are closing the email. So not that you are losing and closing the email because of an IT is more efficient.
Yeah.
It is much nicer to communicate to end users that we are doing that because it's more efficient for you.
Yeah. And then you can start to add automation. Like you can start to add like virtual agents, chatbots that actually start solving these things. So you can start to use robotic process automation. So like the Finnish Postal Service, they had in finance this one service. It was some invoice handling, but no human was touching that. And the happiness of that service was plus 100 at that time. Yeah. So really making the employees happy because they didn't have to wait anything. And this is what you see in consumer world. I've now recently tested 2 different insurance companies, and you make a claim. The other company, in 5 minutes, you actually say that, hey, the money has been paid to your account. And the other one, it was like 5 days, and I get a mail, a written mail that, yes, we have gone through your issue and it will be paid in the next couple of days. It's just like, think about from the back end also. This other company, they have automated everything. Yeah. They can be so much more leaner on the back end. And these others, they still need so much more human power to actually handle the cases.
And I would imagine the the better one had also cheaper price for the insurance.
Yeah, they actually did. Yes. Yeah. All right. And this, I think, is also the agent intelligence. So like AI, agent intelligence, that's this kind of thing. So I think agent intelligence is the ServiceNow feature. So actually getting that to recognize the content of the ticket and what is mentioned and how it should be handled, to actually put it to the right person. Even it could be the third level team. So kind of skipping those two teams and kind of skipping this argument that actually it's not my job. So, it just creates a better, I think, experience for the agents themselves as well.
True.
Yeah.
But it's really kind of for me, in all our benchmark, this statistics here is the one that you can really concretely use in what you are doing in developing service management.
Yeah.
Think about in kind of finding those areas where this happens the most.
Yeah.
Like in our product, you can select those reassignment.
True.
Going from 3, 4, 5 and selecting those and then looking, okay, these are the services that are causing this bouncing, and just starting from those. Exactly. Take the first 3 and automate them or get them direct to expert, and you will make a huge business case. And not only business case, but you make your end users much more happier.
Exactly.
And that's relevantly easy when you have that data and you start to think about it.
All right. So like we're discussing with Sami, one of the powerful things with the reassignment, it's so practical. And to actually make it even more practical, I think that I'll show you in our product how do you actually use this real-time experience data together with the operational data. So I think now if you are listening this through an audio-only format like podcast, please go to our YouTube channel or our website to actually see the video part, because I think that's really intriguing now. So let's go to HappySignals, and of course in HappySignals we have the real-time experience data, but we also have the operational data. So you can actually see where this impact is having. And if I scroll down, there's a box here saying reassignments. And of course, this is the demo data. It's reflecting a little bit what our customers usually see. But you can see, for example, here that most of the tickets are having one reassignment already. So just what we were discussing with Sami, that maybe, you fill in something with the portal, it gets bounced automatically from first line to second line before anything happens. So how can you start to use this? So basically, you can start to look at, okay, how does our reassignment count happiness go? Okay, it's first with the some of these tickets, it's at plus 43. Then actually people are really happy with the one reassignment because that's most of the tickets. But then every time you go one more bounce, the happiness goes down. The powerful thing is that I can just click here lost time. I can actually see the impact on the productivity. And this is really how you make the business case also if you want to automate something. So how do I bring in agent intelligence or something like this into my ServiceNow environment? So already if ticket bounce goes from 1 to 2 bounces, there's almost 1 hour, so 52 minutes in this data that the end users are losing. So it's very easy to make this business case. Think about 1,000 times 52 minutes, there's this productivity thing that you can actually show to your business stakeholders. But not just looking at it on high level, we can always go down. So what if I want to understand that, hey, happiness is going hugely down on the third reassignment. If I click on that one, I can then see which services are impacted. So instantly it shows me that the most impactful service is Salesforce. So maybe this tells me that, hey, what if we start looking at all the tickets that mention Salesforce and try to put them directly with the first reassignment to the right team so that they don't get bounced around and it doesn't get people waiting. And you can also see what are the factors. So if I took that one and I saw that I wasn't informed about the process. So now, can we add to the process that, hey, let's keep the end user up to date. Every time you reassign it, say that, yeah, it's been worked on. We have this expert team that is now taking care of it. We apologize for the inconvenience or something like that. And then you can, of course, see that people are saying that I had to explain my case several times and so on. But we were talking also about the portal. So what if I want to understand which service is having these bounces on the portal, I can always go and click on the portal, and then I can come here and see how many bounces are there. And if I then click on the one bounce, I can see it, for example, that it's Office 365 and Workday. A couple of those very applications that most employees are using. So what if we again make automation on the portal that we try to assign those tickets, the big volume, directly to the right place? It actually could have an impactful thing. So think about your next portal development, not having a nice new UI, but actually have huge intelligence behind the UI. All right, but I think we are intrigued now to learn how does our customer Refinitiv actually use ticket bounce as one of the XLA metrics, and at the beginning of their journey, what are the practical things that they have seen and are starting to work on? So let's hear from Refinitiv.
Ticket bouncing for us is still a challenge. I mean, we have a higher ticket bounce rate than the rest of HappySignals customers.
Yeah.
And we are working very hard, with Mark is leaning into that quite heavily for us at the moment. And a lot of it is between our external service providers and our internal service providers. And that's where we're trying to work hard to get that under control, from that point of view. But now we've got MPS to the level we want. We're looking at more of our SIAM ecosystem type areas.
Exactly.
and bouncing age tickets again, where things are bouncing between our key focus areas for us.
Yeah. Hey, just a quick question on the bouncing. Have you seen that the channel where the tickets are coming has an effect on it? Is it email or portal or phone call?
Honestly, we haven't really looked at it from that point of view. It's our journey with HappySignals as a product that hasn't got us to that level yet. Honestly, We're not looking too hard at where the tickets are coming in at the moment, but the service provider deals with 80-90% of first contact. We're very happy with that. So it tends to be the tickets where we're not sure how to fix it, almost inevitably, I guess, with their bouncing. But I don't think we particularly noticed any trends in terms of.
I actually checked a little
point.
bit, and I saw that many of the tickets are coming through the portal. And then you have all these possibilities to actually automate stuff. If it would be coming through phone or email, then it's a little bit more difficult to get rid of this bounce.
Yeah. I think what we've done, though, we have done a lot of analysis on the end point of the ticket. So which teams are resolving the issues that have bounced 5 times, 10 times, or whatever the number might be. And we're starting at that point. How do we get that issue to that place first time? There's a lot to do, but we are making ground on that one, yeah.
Hope you like that, what Refinitiv is doing, and definitely go to our website and listen to the whole case study. So they talk about their whole approach to XLAs, of course, with the ticket bouncing as well. But wanted to highlight from that you don't have to, from day one, start to use it and understand some of the metrics that you get from experience data. The good thing now with Refinitiv is that now they are gathering all this data. They are first tackling the most important things on the XLA. And now, when they get those things handled, then they can, for example, pick bouncing and look at, okay, so what does now the data from the past, let's say 6 months, tell us about bouncing? So again, don't think that starting experience management means that you have to do everything from day one, but actually just gather the data, and then you can pick topics like reassignment, channel development, and start looking at it from the experience data point of view. But hey, I think that kind of summarizes the whole topic. You can find more information, of course, on our website. You can go to our learning center. There's short clips about it, blog post about it. Of course, if you want your own demo, you can book that from the website as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Happy in 15. And please subscribe to our different channels, and you get notified for the next week's episode. But hey, thank you. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay safe and stay happy.